I tried to be Johnson if he played in Guns N' Roses, of course. Yeah,
of course. Right, absolutely. Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Welcome back.
It's Pete. It's Lee. It's Opus. My life is hopeless at the moment. Anyway, this is the 2 Notes Opus. It is the latest kind of iteration, I suppose, of what you might remember of the Cab M from previously. Mm-hmm. What you're hearing is guitar into an overdrive pedal here. Don't even have to have the overdrive pedal if you want, but imagine
that one particularly, you have to have that one.
Yes, you have to have that one. But imagine your board is here, but you don't want to use a guitar amplifier. This is this modern, crazy world that we live in. So we're going into here. In here, I've got the option of having a preamp, a power amp and speaker emulation. I don't have to have all 3 of those, but that's what I've got at the moment. So tons and tons of features. So just for no reason other than starting on this side, line out, balanced DI output, ground lift, headphones, auxiliary input, MIDI, little SD card on the back.
Micro SD,
which I'm guessing just allows you to have zillions of presets. On this side over here, you've got USB-C, 12-volt power supply, which it comes with. You then adjust the input level, so it'll take an amp, a line, or instrument. And yeah, these 2 sockets on the side you can either use it like this, or you can run the speaker output of your amplifier into it.
Ground lift.
But then you must reconnect the speaker to create the load. I'm recording the app on my phone, so you'll get to see what we're doing. That's pretty much this in a nutshell.
That's it, isn't it? What if you run on stereo? You have to have 2 of these because this is mono, right?
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Even though there's a line out, you've got a line out on the side, and you got a XLR out.
Yeah.
But hey, before we do all that, stop.
Oh, sorry.
You always forget this. House rules. What is the map thing he does on when he's naughty and he's trying to find out where everybody is in the shop? Have you got one of those maps? Marauder's maps from Harry Potter. So he goes like that. That's what Lee's got one of those in his office. He goes like that and he can see where everybody is with the footsteps. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Win something every 10,000 new subscribers. You can win a clone at 1 million. Timestamps below, maybe not so...
not much to timestamp through here.
And more videos up in the corner. And buy some merch as well. And happy days.
So my guess is that the person who's going to buy an Opus is either got a pedal board that they just want to run headphones out the end of, and this is a perfectly good way of doing that.
Got all of it there.
Or it's a pedal board they want to be able to just give the sound man a live feed for, or maybe they've got a guitar amplifier and they just want a simple way of being able to have an emulated feed to give to the sound man as well. Okay, so let's look at the app. 2 pages on the app. It's pretty simple. If I start with this page, you'll see on here, I've got a preamp that I can choose from. If I click where the word Albion is, you'll see the 5 different preamps. I've got a power amp. Again, if I click where that little picture of the valve is, you'll see I've got some different power amps. You can see again using by pressing the button that says preamp,
you heard the noise
power amp. Yeah, I can switch those off. I've got a noise gate over there, I've got some EQ, I've got an enhancer, and I've got some reverb down here. And if I go to the page before, I've got my cabinet and microphone emulation, which again, I can scroll through different cabinets. I'm just pressing the little triangle next to the cabinet here. And of course, I can choose from different microphones.
So clever.
Everything you're hearing now is guitar into the pedal, into the desk. So you're just hearing all the emulation from here.
And that was called Sweet Child of Mine, wasn't it?
Yeah, if I go to the presets at the top, I've got all these different presets here that will come on the app. So you can use this for guitars, bass guitars, acoustic guitars, whatever you want to do. And here we go. So no pedal. Here is the first. We'll just go through a few of these. Yeah, these are essentially now everything like amp in a box. Here we go.
One fried, what's it called? One fried Lexi.
One fried Lexi.
So it's like a Plexi.
Yeah.
So can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
What's the difference between this and the Cab M, other than, of course, it's a different colour and the knobs are slightly shallower?
I don't know. I vaguely don't. I don't recollect the Cab M having 5 different types of preamps.
Okay,
I think it just had a preamp.
So it's more powerful. This you would think maybe it's got a different.
I mean,
processor
Cab M I think
in it.
is discontinued now. This has
see.
replaced
okay,
it.
right. So. Okay, I'm just curious.
You'll
I don't know
notice,
these things.
you'll notice that we don't have the noise gate on. That is because we are noise gate haters. But if I do turn the noise gate on, you can see that I don't have to have that.
It goes super quiet
if we don't want to. But we love the hiss and we love the natural feel of guitars. So let me just go through 3 or 4 of these different presets whilst you have a play.
We need a noise gate on me, don't we? So what is this one called? Atomic
Punky.
Atomic Funky.
Atomic Kitten.
Okay, yeah, guy. Hashtag. That was back in the day. Do you have the time to listen to something like that, isn't it? You know, every time we do this, people go, "Oh, this is that song, and this is that song," and I'm really sorry, I don't know any of the songs.
Okay, this is Rebel Scream with Steve Stevens. No, Steve. I don't know. Is this a Billy Idol thing?
Billy Eilish.
Billy Idol.
I need to learn all of these songs.
Oh, God, I don't even know why this with a Rebel Yell. Has that got a classic guitar sound to it?
Rebel.
Don't know. I tell you what, though.
Sorry.
Billy Idol still looks in decent shape considering he's broken every bone in his body and must be about 900 years old now.
Yeah, man. That's the drugs that keep you upright, isn't it? I don't know
Jimmy
what that was.
in the Manifold. What?
We like Jimmy in the Manifold. Jimmy in the Manifold.
I don't even know what
then?
is that a reference to? Some sort of crosstown traffic
That's what it is, isn't it?
reference. So anyway,
traffic. That's what it is, isn't
we
it?
could do this all day long, but I think what I'm going to do for you guys now is just try and... well, I just think I'm just going to try and...
find some funny ones.
No. I'm going to go back to what we started on, Sweet Child, because it was a relatively clean sounding bizarrely for that description. And I'm just going to show you what some of the different preamps and power amps and cabinets
let's do that.
like.
That sounds like a good idea.
Because I don't think it's a massively long video. It's comes out at the end of October 2023.
Okay.
It's pretty affordable. I think it's going to be about somewhere between £250 and £300. Always go to the links below to see what the latest price on the Andertons website is. And I think this will be a popular little device for just sticking on the end of a pedal board and getting some amp sounds.
So we need to do some A/B shootouts with this and the Iridium, which is still one of the most best, and the Walrus thing. What else is there now?
Because it's definitely in that. I think the big difference between, say, this and the Iridium and the Walrus is this does feel like you need to have the app connected to really use it, whereas those don't necessarily. Anyway, look, so back to the app. Make sure I'm still screen recording. I am. So let's hear some different preamps. So we go Foundry.
You might want to hammer that up a bit.
Pretty clean, isn't it? Yeah, I can. Reverb's nice, isn't it?
Nice
Again,
reverb,
pedal into that.
It takes it well, man.
Yeah.
It takes it well.
Again, what am I using? We're using a Friedman 4x12 vintage cab here with a pretty classic microphone pairing of a dynamic SM57 with a dynamic SM7B on it as well. Again, we can change all that in a second. Or we can use presets. We don't have to, you don't have to know what you're doing if you don't. The next, the Foxy is the next one. You can tell from the font that that's a Vox thing.
Oh yes, sorry, I had to pull it back there.
Let me turn the pedal off. So here we go. In fact,
that's so funny.
Really, I should change the power amp to single-ended EL84 to stay full Voxy.
It's got that, as I say, kick the cardboard box sound, isn't it?
Just put a boost in front of it.
There's a lot of reverb on there.
I can change
That's a spring.
I can change that to a room, and it
sounds. Oh. So that's just so you know, that little sound was when Lee changes the sound there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. As I'm adjusting any of the parameters, you can kind of hear the device. I wouldn't say glitches; it's not the right word, but you can kind of hear the data changing.
But that sounds great, man. I love that.
I'm going back to ambient and spring, I think. I remember on my Capture X that I had for a while, you have this dry wet control for the reverb, and anything above about 15% is too much reverb, I think.
Even for you.
Even for me. Right, let's try the next preamp is Albion, and I will put this back to some sort of VL34 thing.
May he rest in...
it is a bit noisy. We've noticed this when we were mucking around earlier, so obviously I can stick the gate on, and it removes it. But therein lies the problem: is the noise
it's still there anyway.
It's always there.
It's when you stop playing, it's not there. But then, so it's there anyway. I didn't really like that sound, whatever that was. So
we are quite loud in the room. Actually, I had the gain all the way up as well there. So let's try that Albion sound with the...
So is this back, are we still on the Vox thing? Or
no, we're on this, we went from, what was the first one? We went from Foundry to Foxy to Albion. We got two more to go after
Albion
this.
Then?
I don't know.
Should we read it?
No, there was. I mean, there was or is an Albion amp brand that I'll show my Uber guitar knowledge. A guy called Steve Grinrod from Ex-Marshall started, but I didn't know if it's still going or not. But
Grinrod just sounds like something from Harry Potter again.
It is.
I don't know what's going on. Steve Grinrod.
But so Albion, I mean, I don't know if this is just a name they've decided to call this preamp, if there is an association there.
It's been a long day already.
But there we go. So that's Albion.
Sounds good.
You want to do the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, Nifty 50. No idea. Oh, that looks like a 5150. You just tell him. I can just tell from the font.
Can you not put it so close to me?
What do you mean so what? Like over here?
Yeah, that's better. Okay. It's just that. Look at this. And you're like, whoa. You need to change the cab with it, right? I mean, you can fiddle with this for hours and hours and hours and hours.
I can change the cab. Oh, look at this. I can change the cab for a vintage 30 cab. There we go. then the last one is the Peggy. What font is that? What do you think that amp is supposed to be? Peggy?
I don't care, it sounds good.
I don't know, but yeah.
Did you see Peggy this weekend, by the way?
I got Peggied this weekend. I didn't.
Yes, you By you.
I don't know what Peggy's supposed to be, so I don't know what cab to try and... I'm just going to do a British 60s
Peggy.
A. Don't even know what that is.
Peggy.
Go on, keep playing. I'll turn this boost off for a minute.
I'm looking at logos and see if I can say Peggy Sue.
Foundry's obviously Fendery, I'm guessing.
Foundry, Fendery.
Foxy is Voxy. Albion, I think, is probably some sort of Marshall reference. Nifty 50 is 5150. I got no idea. Maybe it does tell us in the manual. Maybe we should read that. But anyway,
I mean,
we'll
there's
annotate on screen now. What is the Peggy? I've gone back to the Albion preamp. I'm going to just show you now the different power amp modes. So just whilst Pete's playing, I'm just going to go through them and you'll see them change on screen.
It's kind of Vox, isn't it? I mean, there's lots in there, man. Honestly, it's a jungle to get into this with the microphones and the cabs and the position of the microphones and the preamps and the stuff and the hey and the whoa and the hot knot and the hot stuff.
So look, I think we've kind of got to the end of doing the demo. I will just go through a few more of the presets. I think a lot of people have probably used two-note stuff or found two-note stuff over the last few years. They've been one of the brands that's really driven how easy and affordable it is to get into impulse responses.
Yeah.
The Two Notes store has like a gabillion different IRs that you can kind of download, or some of them you have to buy, some of them are free. But again, you can go and investigate all of that with something like the Opus. So that's basically it. I think we'll spend the last couple of minutes on this just going through some presets on here. I don't actually need the app to do the presets. That is loud, isn't it?
Oh! A little bit country. Yeah, there it is.
Powered Eric. That's a bit.
That's cocaine, isn't it?
Oh, of course. Breakup Blues. We should know some of that.
What is the Breakup Blues?
Pulp the Fiction. Doesn't that say Pete Thorne? think we could have some fun here going through the preset selection, just trying to, I mean, obviously they've done names that aren't names, if you know what I mean. So, Prosecco Supernova. Go on. Man of Sand.
Sandman. Enter him.
Man of Sand.
Man of Sand. Shirley Temple's Pirates.
That's what I was looking at before. It's just, I couldn't understand all this. It's like, clapping Layla. Layla, you got me on my knees.
Arctic Fluorescence.
Oh no.
Fluorescent Adolescent, that'll be Artful.
Will it?
Yeah.
All right. Industrial Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. Slap Happy.
Pictastic Grit Machine.
Brown Rhythm.
Anyway, have some fun with those. I think you can actually download the Torpedo app, even if you don't own a Torpedo.
Yeah, you can run it in demo mode.
It won't do anything, but so there you go. That's the Opus. I think it's a cool little unit. It looks great.
Yeah. So there we go.
Thank you very much for watching. Links will be below, and we'll see you in another video soon.